Oh man, I was talking about this with Bizzle. This one's kind of fucking good, to be honest. You guys ever seen? There's this book called The Lovely Bones that my wife was reading a while ago, and she thought it was fucking incredible. And I heard the book is very good. It's about it's about a girl who. Why'd I laugh before I even said it? It's about a girl who's raped and killed. Right? That's not funny. Now that I said it, it's not funny at all. So she's like 13. She gets raped and killed, and by her next door neighbor, right? And then she looms over her father as like a ghost, and she sees how like her relationships in life kind of move on after her passing. And the book, I'm sure, is very well written. I'm sure it's good. But here comes the stinky little movie adaptation that my wife read the book and she's like, we have to. yeah, Madeline, yeah. She was like, we have to fucking watch this thing. It's fantastic, just like the book. Because I don't think she's ever read a book and then watched the movie adaptation because she's not much of a reader. Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to break it to her, but movies usually suck compared to books. And this one was no fucking exception here, man. This thing's fucking horrible. But what's hilarious about it is it skews it. Because I'm sure the book was like tense and like, wow, I'm watching my dad try to figure this out. And they didn't have a visual aspect to it. But the movie, her dad is played by Mark Wahlberg, who's not regarded as a very smart man. And so this lady's fucking raped and murdered by her neighbor who looks like a pedophile. He just fucking Stalt, put up a picture of this fucking guy from The Lovely Bones. Tell me if you knew a 13-year-old that got raped and murdered and that guy was anywhere within a 5-mile radius, I would be like, look into that guy. I don't care if he's the mayor of the town or the police commissioner. Fucking look into that guy's past, because that guy just looks like he fucks kids. So this lady is dead. She's a ghost, and she's sitting there watching her dumbass, retarded Mark Wahlberg dad try to piece together who her murderer is. And the whole time, he's on the other side of a row of hedges, like looking over the hedges. It's so fucking, I would be so frustrated. But there's a scene that's supposed to be like, it's Mark Wahlberg's realization that his daughter got killed by this guy. And it would be significant if there wasn't 40 minutes prior where you're like, dude, it's obviously the guy that looks like he rapes kids that lives right fucking there. The scene, right? It's Mark Wahlberg's walking around, and I think like his daughter has some sort of like telekinesis or some shit when she's a ghost, and she whispers to him. She goes like, "Daddy," or something, and he like feels her presence, and then it makes him stir and turn around and see that the next door. I should probably cover how he murders people. All right, so this is what this guy does, right? Is he makes like these like wooden domes out of sticks, and then he buries them, right? And then he makes like a little trap door. And then he puts like little fairy lights and shit in there. I don't know. He like makes like a bird's nest underground, and like a little Chippendale little hovel, and he lures them in, and then he kills them, and then he like squashes the house or something. I don't know what it was, but so Mark Wahlberg gets whispered at by his dead daughter. He turns around and sees the neighbor building one of these hovel things that he uses to kill people, and he comes over and starts helping him build this thing. And like the daughter, they keep like flashing back to the daughter, like looking down at him. And Mark Wahlberg sitting there piecing together the very thing used to kill his daughter. And like, I just half expect the movie for like Mark Wahlberg to go, oh, looks an awful lot like that thing that my fucking daughter was raped and murdered in. He never really pieces that together. So his daughter's sitting there waiting. She's like, come on, you dumb motherfucker. And eventually she has to send like this like fucking series of flashback images, basically like drawing the line in between her and the neighbor, and then it snaps in his head. It's like watching a kid learn how to ride a bike. You know, it's like the easiest thing in the world, but they can't fucking wrap their head around it. I'm sure in the book her father was a well-respected, intelligent man, but they should have chose somebody else. Anybody else. Fucking Hugh Laurie or somebody that you already go into the movie thinking this guy has some IQ points. He's going to be piecing this together. This must be a difficult like little equation here that he has to make mental leaps and bounds over. But instead they got Marky Mark, who's over there banging rocks together, helping the guy that killed his daughter to build the very thing used to kill his daughter. It's just fucking dumb. It's dumb. But this is a depressing movie, by the way, because his daughter gets killed. She gets shoved into like a Foot Locker and then thrown into a quarry. What's extra depressing with sugar on top is you expect some sort of conclusion, right? And what happens is the fucking pedophile is like walking and an icicle like falls on his head or something. I forget what it is. He ends up getting killed that way. Marky Mark not only recognizes that this guy killed and raped his daughter, but then lets him leave, and the guy ends up like slipping in some snow. That was the way he was taken out. Like, wow, that was so. The funny part, now that I think about it, is the daughter being dead forces her retarded dad to make the mental leap that, hey, this guy killed me, right? And then she gets to see her father not only realize it, but not do anything about it. Marky Mark just goes, you got me good, fucker. All right, well, I got another daughter later.